There. How are you? That? Is that?
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember. Hello? I don't remember. How's it going? Hey, how are you? I don't know where you have. It's really good, so I think we should just start. What's it called? Yeah, I'm going around here. Right in the middle. How are you? Good. I know I asked you, is this your son's senior year?
No, it's soft.
Okay. I couldn't remember if he's a year older or younger than my son.
It's very tall. It's half our
He's tall. Oh, sophomore year. It was really fast.
You have a junior.
Yeah. This year's. It's not my junior. That's not my son. You gonna sit somewhere? It won't be long, I'm sure. So nothing on the agenda.
Are you going to see the second Beetlejuice?
Eventually.
You have your Beetlejuice to show up. They open on Thursday.
Is it?
Next Thursday.
Nice. We still haven't make it to see Deadpool yet.
What? Hi. Okay.
It's a dog show.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much. Okay, sounds good. Right.
I'll make you speak. I'll make you speak. You said citizens' comments, you'll sign it.
Sign up it, you just put your name in after.
Okay.
You don't have to do now.
Oh.
You don't, I don't have to what? You don't have to sign it.
After.
Yeah, so when you finish speaking. Sounds good.
It's more so
our
I,
first
yeah, it's more so I spell your name correctly in the minutes.
Okay. Well. I don't know, I kind of like the guessing of the spellings.
That's where we see it.
Yeah, see that, that's what I said. Like I said,
Yeah.
all the girls in our class, it was 13 girls. And that's the girls who just for a long income. So, it's like,
Right.
yes. Yes.
Final work.
Hey, you're scooting around. It's nice, right? I just thought if I got my car insurance, girl, I might keep it for $11. Hey, you got a basket on those. Listen, I'm putting out this thing on Thursday, I'm gonna mix the best.
Am I just finding it online?
Yeah.
I like the basket.
What?
You're gonna pull it up.
I don't know. I don't think y'all know, he can carry stuff, so I'm teasing. He actually said to me tonight, he's like, are you taking your crutches back because you couldn't do my tour today? Like, you should bring your scooter. Scary, right?
No, nobody.
She gave up on us.
I guess.
Thank God.
I guess he just researched it.
What?
Facebook, I guess.
I don't see it.
No? Not on there either? No?
No, I didn't see it in the box.
No, she wasn't. I don't think there was anybody here, honestly.
That's good.
I mean, we had some recognitions, but once that was over, it was empty.
Don't report.
No,
Shocking, that's why I'm shocked you can't call me.
I heard you called the day before and ran with the story before you even had the info.
Stupid, he must have been going on vacation or something.
Probably. Sometimes you have to be quiet, it gets a little scary.
No, something will happen, don't worry. Years ago, Mark. I'll roll with the program years ago.
Joy Drum gave me that shirt when I came back. Joy Drum gave me that same shirt when I came back.
I have a little Ray.
Different shades of purple.
All purples.
I never forget what you said about purple. Every time I consider wearing purple, I think about
No, it's just the job interviews, the
I know.
purple shirts, like I can't do it. But yeah, everything else is good.
I always think that now when I
They
put
know
my
this
purple
though,
on.
it's just like.
Ready? All right, I'd like to call to order the special voting meeting for Tuesday, August 27th, 2024. Please rise for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Mrs. Macro.
Mr. Adams.
Here.
Dr. Anderson.
Here.
Ms. Arendt.
Here.
Ms. Chudderwitz.
Here.
Mr. Caligiuri. Dr. Richardson is not joining us this evening. Mr. Sokolsky.
Here.
Mrs. Stepnick.
Here.
Mr. Strapke.
Here.
Thank you. The board met in executive session on August 27th, 2024 to discuss matters of litigation, safety, and personnel. We'll move on to citizens' comments. Ms. Macro.
So at this time, if anyone in the audience would like to make a comment, we ask that you step up to the podium one at a time. Please state your name, your residency within Plum, and then you'll be provided 3 minutes to speak to the board. Just a reminder that this is a time to share your ideas, suggestions, comments, concerns, rather than a question and answer session with the board. And please direct all your comments directly to our presiding officer. I will display a timer on the monitor, so you will be able to keep track of your time. If you're getting close, I'll give you a 30-second warning. And then when you're finished speaking, I just ask that you step over to the clipboard at the end of this table here and write your name on it so that I spell it correctly in the minutes. So if you want to step up one at a time, you're welcome to start speaking.
Hi, my name is Chad Darnell. As far as address, right, you need my full address or?
Yeah, your residential.
Okay, sorry. It's 605 November Drive, as far as Plum, Pennsylvania. So the reason for being here is that as far as the concerns of the bus stop on New Texas Road for Autumn Ridge for the neighborhood. So we've seen as far as multiple issues with the bus being on New Texas Road, dropping off kindergartners or as far as other students. As far as multiple issues whenever cars are coming around, as far as slamming on the brakes, there's been multiple accidents. And then as far as bringing up the concerns to the director of logistics last year was more of a, you know what, hey, it is what it is. And it was more of what do we need to do to actually get this back in here. As far as, you know, well, we have an issue where we're seeing more of the children, you know, that I know last week or a couple weeks ago in Greensburg, there was a child that was run over or as far as killed by, you know, as far as traffic. As far as getting onto the school bus. So there's a lot of safety concerns, especially being in New Texas, but we're looking at bringing that into the Autumn Ridge as far as neighborhood. My background, I've been in logistics 18 years, so dealing with as far as semi-trucks, longer as far as transportation, and so as far as the turn radius in our cul-de-sacs, there's plenty of room as far as to turn as far as the school buses inside the as far as the cul-de-sacs. Also, I did bring as far as pictures showing as far as the buses coming into the neighborhood. So it's showing as far as the buses were already there parking on the side of the road inside the neighborhood as far as to take a break or after school activities. So I can definitely bring that out if needed. But as far as one other thing, just bringing this up, I know I have a couple more minutes here. As far as the cul-de-sac within that we were looking at, the September cul-de-sac, the turn radius was actually, it's about 54 feet and 38 inches. And then as far as Valley Fields radius, it's 55 feet, 85 inches. So that's another neighborhood that has a bus stop within that cul-de-sac. As far as the standard or conventional bus, as far as the turn radius itself or conventional bus, it's on a standard of 40 to 45 feet for conventional turnaround. So again, it's showing as far as the ability to turn a bus inside the neighborhood and that size of the cul-de-sac. So, and that's my time.
Thank you. Mr. Darnell, and I know no, you're perfectly fine. There might be others. I'd like for Dr. Walsh to be able to give you guys a little bit of an update from today. So if you don't mind.
First of all,
pause for whoever was going to talk next and then.
Thank you for your detailed description of the cul-de-sacs. I mean, the 55 feet, you know. So earlier today, our Director of Transportation forwarded an email in regards to this concern to Dr. Boyers, who shared that concern with me. Shortly after that, I had an opportunity to drive the Autumn Ridge neighborhood. Mm-hmm. I wanted to see for myself. I grew up in Plum. I'm familiar with the roads. And I know one of the concerns was cars parked on the road, and specifically, I think it was an RV that was in one of the cul-de-sacs and some of the cars, and the biggest concern we had was getting a bus into that neighborhood and not being able to get it out or back out into New Texas. So I wanted to see it for myself. Shortly after that, I had a conversation with our Director of Transportation in regards to a possible solution. So I'm going to ask for the gift of time here, okay? Because I just became aware of this 6 hours ago.
Okay.
Okay.
So plenty of time to prepare.
Plenty of time to prepare, right? So one of the suggestions I had was in the cul-de-sacs, could we have restrictions on parking in regards to time? I reached out to the borough manager and had that conversation with him, and basically what I shared with him is that I'm looking for a win-win for this community and for our youngest students. It also, during that time, I learned that there's concerns with people speeding on New Texas Road at that bus stop.
A lot.
So what has happened is I've already had a conversation with the borough manager. He talked to the police chief, and he's going to be working with the solicitor to find out what we can actually do in regard to getting parking restrictions. Because the last thing we want is a bus to go in and have to back out to New Texas. And I think you understand that.
Can I?
Well, let me go through. So, once we are able to do that and we can get a bus and ensure that we can turn it around, there's really not a barrier for us to go into that neighborhood. We were also reaching out to the borough police in regards to what was reported in regards to people speeding along New Texas. And we're going to ask their assistance too, to monitor that intersection to make sure that our people are compliant and our kids are safe. So in the last 6 hours, there's been quite a few conversations, and the goal is to find a solution to this so that kids are not at that intersection, especially our youngest students.
Right.
Okay?
One other thing to add, I know as far as the RV that was parked there, the cars and so forth. So the RV itself, the gentleman that had the RV in the neighborhood, one, it was over the summer, but also two, he has a business that's Penn Hills. So he's actually already built a cement pad, and that RV is already out there.
Yeah.
As far as the cul-de-sac that we're actually looking at, or that we would suggest probably be the best one, actually the majority of the people here that actually have a good influence in that cul-de-sac,
Yeah.
it's already been talked very strongly within our neighborhood to make sure, hey, let's clear this out to keep it out.
We're just trying to make it official. That's all. It's hard when neighbors are asking neighbors to do things.
Right.
But we're looking for a long-term solution. So I would just beg your patience and let us work through this. My understanding is that the borough is going to try and move as quickly as possible.
Okay.
And I asked Director of Transportation to keep the community updated.
That'd
Okay.
be perfect. Thank you.
Not bad for 6 hours, huh?
Can I ask a quick question about it, if I may? I'm sorry, not to belabor, and I know we're not supposed to do this, but it's just a question that just came to my mind. So what happens now? The kids get off and walk across the street, or are they now going from Pivot, doing the whole route, and then being dropped off at
So
the end?
now.
I'm just confused as to what the timing is on that.
So what has happened now, last year what took place is that it would go on New Texas Road, the kids would leave Pivot, and then it would be the very first stop.
Okay.
So it would be heading up to Salzburg Road.
Okay,
So they would have to get across as far as the New Texas Road right there. So that's one, you were starting to see a lot of issues with, well, let's call it what it is, newer drivers, or as far as people not paying attention. And now what has taken place is that it's adding as far as the bus is now getting off at 4:20, as far as because it's going through the entire route, coming back down New Texas.
let them off at the street.
And now dropping them off. So now you're looking at kindergartners or first graders that hasn't eaten since it'd be like 6 hours. They haven't had any food. They're pretty angry. They're upset. The windows, I mean, even some of the windows, I mean, I know they were not able to take them down. I'm not sure what's happening on that, but you're creating, there's a lot of issues whenever it's coming to that as well.
Well, yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
well, and we'll try to do our best.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try to work through that and let the Director of Transportation and the borough help us on that. So appreciate it.
Yeah, no, we just want to make a good resolution between everybody and
Keep them
safety
safe.
as well.
Yep, safety, that's what matters.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Would anybody else like to speak at this time?
I think pretty much he covered it. The only point I would add,
Can you do your name and then come up if you're gonna talk? Thank you.
We're going to make it official.
Then we'll drill you for 5 minutes, how about that with questions?
45 seconds. My name's Mark Phillips, and I'm on 431 September Drive in the neighborhood. And the only thing I would add is, like, there's 20 young kids at that stop, and the next year or two, 25, 26 kids standing at that bus stop right there next to New Texas. And so I just wanted to add that point to the conversation.
That's helpful.
Thank
you. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had a conversation with PennDOT this morning. They had 2 trucks on the street where the bus stop was, and they were somewhere working, and then they walked up, and the conversation they said to me was, they fly up and down this road. This is crazy. And y'all got a bus stop there? And we said, well, maybe you should voice your opinion too.
I think our borough police will voice their final opinion on this.
Thank you. That's good.
Yeah, hopefully you'll see a few of them up there tomorrow.
Mark, could you just put your name on the clipboard just so I make sure I spell everything correctly? Okay, Dr. Anderson, back to you.
Thank you. All right, academic achievement and activities, myself, lead board liaison. I will recommend approval to accept a foreign exchange student from Spain for the 24-25 school year. Do we have a second?
I'll make the second. I would gladly make the second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Any abstentions?
Dr. Anderson, if I could for just really
Yeah,
quickly,
sure.
I'd like to, this happened within 1 week, and Miguel is in my home, and I'm beyond excited. And he got home with us last night. I got to Pittsburgh on Saturday night. So all of this happened, like us getting clear, the house getting approved, all the paperwork on our end, and then our staff with the start of the school year, in the middle of all the teachers coming back, I'm calling Rick going, how do we make this work, Dr. Walsh? Like, how does this work? Do we do this not? He has to wait. Yeah. And so Ms. Sedlock then took over, and our staff was awesome. And today, I think there was a bit of anxiety, and we did a short tour today and finished the schedule. So Miguel will be here tomorrow, and he's really super excited to now get here and start making friends and learning. So thank you to our staff and to the community who already welcomed him. So
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Personnel, Mr. Caligiuri, lead board liaison. Letter A, recommend approval to accept and resolve the following 1 to 6 as listed. Do we have a second?
So,
so we can.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Any abstentions? All right. And lastly, we have upcoming public meetings. A board discussion meeting Tuesday, September 10th, 2024 at 7 p.m. here in the library, and a board action meeting Tuesday, September 24th, 7 p.m. in the library. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
A second? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right. We're adjourned. Thank you.
Very basic. I mean, that's probably awful one day. No, I had ankle surgery a month ago, so.
you're still getting over that.
Oh, yeah, it was,
Sir, thank you.
So then Miguel's coming, and it's the last thing. I'm up there last week, and my friends were pulling everything out of that desk, so I could wash it all. I get on my butt, get up the stairs, hobble on my crutches for 5 hours in one, and I just kept doing this, rolling off the balcony, on the couch, so I could get back downstairs and wheel back.
How long do you have to stay?
Thursday I'm done with this. So for long distances, I'm like, I'm a little bit of my business, but when I don't know the
Yeah, just don't re-injure.
not worth it, but. So,
All right, well, enjoy yourself.
I'm loving my suit, I'm gonna miss that back.
Late your night, huh?
It's harassing,
Get to go home early tonight. What's that? So you get to go home early tonight.
Such an easy drive.
It's always going.
Steve.
Oh, did he? What do you want now? Was that if you want to run?
Well, that, but I think also I couldn't attend that meeting actually. I wanted to, but I think
Oh.
my kid, I didn't
Yeah.
get to.
I went. It was.
I just, I'm voting for the guy.
Yeah.
But, no, but he also,
What's he talking about? I don't think she wants anything to do with it.
I think you're right, but he apparently. I think that's something like
Yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, as a matter of fact, I talked to her the next day on an issue here. And she's like, oh, the next time, can you remember there's a meeting I even forgot there was even. I mean, I don't think there's a desire to get into that. She doesn't want to get into the politics side.
But then after that, when he asked me that, yeah. That's the only way I would jump that.
I know you told me that before. But
Yeah, I at least need to take a couple years. I'm not saying I'm never.
oh, trust me, I know because I wanted to do it, and then kids came, and then life was busy, and then work I was traveling. Like now I'm at a spot where now I can give my time. So
It's been good. I mean, there's been some things about it. I'm trying to forget.
thumbs up. I like it. Yeah, so I don't think there's any desire whatsoever. Steve's a very, very, very big person.
No,
And if anything, what's his name would want to take over. Oh, that's what I mean. They had that group, and the group finally defected. No, there was more people than I've ever seen in any meeting before when I was there last Thursday. But they were mostly all old.